Hello, everybody. Welcome to my first successful recorded drawing class. And this is what we're going to try to draw. Fry Guys and Pizza Pam. Ours will look better than this, though, because we'll be the ones to have drawn it. And even though I drew that one, I know my next will be better. That's how drawing works. We build skills. It's like building muscles. The more we do it, the stronger our circles get. The more refine our lines. I'm going to start with an orange. It's a light color. It's great for a base layer. I'm going to start with basic shapes. The top of the fry box is all a long, low U, like that. And it's not perfect. Nothing I draw is perfect, and that's part of the charm. If we try to draw something perfect, oh, I can't imagine that leading to much except frustration. So we got the fry box here, and then the bottom kind of bends in like that because when you fold it, it kind of pops. The bottom pops up, and that's what holds it open so they can scoop the fries in faster. Now we got the basic shape of our fry box. Oh, you didn't even know you could draw a fry box, so now you got the perfect fry box in which we will place all our fry guys. What size? Whatever you like. Here we go. I'm going to draw some great big eyes. I'm not drawing the fry guys yet. There's one a big circle. There's two big circles. It's a little low. I like that. Big eyes low in the face, and then a tiny little smile in between, right about in that place. That is just excruciatingly cute already. I love it. All right. So now some eyelids. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to draw a little dash like that, and then a line across the top of the eye, and then it'll flip up, and then another off the outside. It's like two eyelashes, one on the inside, just because. There's the other one. I'm still using my base sketch color, which is orange in this case. I'll be using crayons throughout, but as I always tell my beloved students, the best tool for making art is your favorite tool for making art, especially in my class. I'm not here to say that's right or wrong. I'm here to say, check this out. Here's a neat idea. Can I see your ideas, please? It's okay if you don't want to share. I love to see your ideas. If you want to draw along with this and then come to my Facebook page and post a photograph of your creation in the comments, wow. I would love to see it. Anytime, every time, all the time. I can't help but rhyme. That's beside the point. Okay, we got our gorgeous eyes. I'm going to draw two big circles in each eye to create spots for light reflection. You know, great big cutesy eyes have great big cutesy pools of light in which you may find yourself wading in and getting lost. I'll color in these eyes super quick. You know, I might go in high speed this part of the video. Maybe not, because I'm saying stuff. And you don't want to miss any of my witticisms. And if you do want to miss them, you can mute the video, but you might miss something useful. All right, I'll relax. Whatever you like. Pause the video, fast forward the video. If you've already gotten to this point, if you're already caught up, you got your eyes colored in, you say, when's he going to stop coloring those eyeballs, guys? Just go ahead and fast forward until you see me stop coloring the eyeballs, because up until I'm done, I'm not going to be talking about much except blue. Why did I use blue? I don't know, because I only have like 12 colors to choose from. I have a very basic set of crayons. I choose the basic set because everybody can access the basic set. Heck, they give most of them away free in a restaurant. And if not, like 89 cents on Amazon. They probably cost less at Target or Walmart or Jacques Penney, wherever you may find yourself shopping in the crayon aisle. There's thousands of colors to make anyone smile. But don't buy Crayola brand paper, is my advice. I always just use printer paper. It comes about in 500 sheets per package at about $3. Your parents already have reams and reams of computer paper, and you probably already have a great big box full of broken crayons, just like these beauties, all just waiting for you to take the paper off of so you can use them for wonderful effects. Now I've got a yellow crayon. I'm going to draw this detail, just a big, heavy yellow line across right in there, because it reminds me of a design of a specific French fry box. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Who's got the yellow and the red fry boxes? They're synonymous with deep fried, delicious treats. Excuse me. I'm gonna use a little more of this. No, I'm not. Tricked you. I'm gonna use red. I'm gonna solidify the outline of my box since the shape is how I want it. I'm gonna do some hard edge red. That's what it said. I'm gonna do the edges in hard red and do the eyelashes and outline the top of the eyeballs and maybe shade the eyelids a little deeper red. But in general, I'm just gonna do a red rub, not with a full size. That's kind of a dirty crayon. I'm gonna use this little one. Yep. Have I sold you on how glorious a broken crayon is yet? Look how fast I'm coloring this. It's soft. It's like a paintbrush almost. It's very, very beautiful. Then I can still go back and draw right on top of this color because it hasn't saturated the paper. Observe. I said that funny. All right, so I'm drawing eyelashes in your head. Because I kind of pressed a little hard with that orange already. But I'm still able to lay down some red on top of it and right next to it. And create a shadowy line there. Creating, the hint. That's a good point. In art, we're not literally creating a box of fries, of course, and these little fry monsters screaming with pleasure, who you'll see. We've got a collection of ideas and hints and clues about the world around us. We carry those in our artist toolbox. And then we put those clues down on paper to help our audience to interpret what we want them to see. And if we're good at it, if we practice, we've picked common evidence to illustrate our point, people will see what we want them to see. Just like when Mary Shelley wrote about Frankenstein, she didn't build a monster. She used science that she knew about and things that people she knew were scared about and added them all together and created something world famous forever until the end of time. Frankenstein's monster, everyone will know about that and her genius book. And all she did was collect all the cool stuff she liked in life, like I did for this. Great cute eyes, a little tiny smile, French fries. Anyways, you get my point, I think. Excuse me. I'm gonna go back to orange and do a super light outline. There's some rectangles poking out the top. A little curvy if you want, completely straight if you want. I'm gonna do a couple great long ones all spaced out. Just wide enough where I feel I can draw some eyes behind, on the French fry, because, well, you saw the thumbnail, the advertisement literature for this class, so you know that these French fries are anthropomorphized French fry guys or gals. So as such, they'll all have beautiful faces, jubilant mouths, shining eyes. And we kind of just build layers of French fries or rectangles at this point. No need to be any more complicated than some rectangles. I'll just cross this here. That's simple. There'll be a little fry guy peeking out the back. I think that there's a curly fry guy in there. You know, sometimes they do when you go to Arby's. Let me just get a better angle to make sure I'm not. All right. Beautiful work. I bet yours looks spectacular too. Right about now in class, this is where I'll go. Now, please show me y'all's work, unless you don't want to, in which case, don't feel any pressure. But I like to see your stuff at any time, all the time, every time, because that fuels my creativities. Yes, it indeed does. It fuels my creativity. I find much inspiration in the work of my students. It's glorious. All right, I'm going to use some not yet. Tricked you. I'm going to go back to red. I'm going to draw a little arm here. Like that. Like that. Kind of old-fashioned cartoon tube arm. So it's going to be fully colored in, the same color as the body, but the completely darkest saturated. Because in the old-fashioned cartoons, this part would be, there'd be like gray, voluptuous, like bulbous bodies and stuff, and then skinny black tube arms and legs connected to oversized gloves and such, which we'll be drawing soon. Very well. Now I'm going to draw with super light line in orange, a French fry guy being held on the side here. Kind of being squeezed, so it gets a little narrower as we go to the hand, which is going to be, I'll do yellow. Can you see yellow? I'll try a yellow, and if not, I'll draw a different color. Maybe you can see that, maybe not. I'll draw that with orange as well. So because it's squeezed and the fingers will be folded over, they'll look like ovals. 3, and this finger is sticking out, to be polite. Pinky out is the rule. And there's the thumb. And here's the French fry coming in on the side. It goes across the hand and out the bottom to the rectangle. And following that line, I'm not going to cross the fingers again, to the bottom. So you see these fingers are over the fry. So as I color in, I'm going to outline the hand in black to finalize that, because if I move on to a different part of the drawing and I move back, I might forget how I built that hand and trace the wrong lines. It's very frustrating, especially when you're not using a pencil, but rather a big black crayon. There's not a lot you can do once you put down a big black crayon line, unless short of like, I'll often just be like, I meant to do that. Because if I've ever learned anything about art, maybe one of the most important lessons was from Bob Ross, happy accidents. And my mom used to say similar things, in that, an artist doesn't really make mistakes. We just discover avenues to explore that we did not intend to initially. These eyes, pupils are pointed down this way. It's very successful. Really like the way that hand's drawn. I messed up though. I should have drawn, the French fry should go over that part of the pinky, right? So I shouldn't have drawn that black line there. C'est la vie. I'm gonna go with it because I love it so far. We don't beat ourselves up. That's just something I taught myself about. Next time, I'll definitely pay more attention. And if I wasn't so busy trying to illustrate my point, I'm gonna draw like a third dimension onto this. It's a big steak fry. Now each of these guys got a big happy mouth. This guy. And I like to, when I draw a happy mouth, I like to go, yay! Just because if anybody's saying, yay, it's that dude right there. And I'll apologize now because I say dude, because I realized I'm always just drawing myself over and over again. Myself, variations of myself. And I think a lot of people do that. And I think it's okay. It's just what I see when I brush my teeth and floss, It's my most familiar muse. I like to think that you all draw yourselves as well. In fact, I know a lot of people do. I'm going to color this in. See, I started with orange over that line to see what would happen. Wasn't very successful, so I'm going to stick with yellow because that's more of a French fry full color. French fry hue. Gee whiz. All right. Be careful when you're coloring near your black outlines because it likes to blend. As you see on my fry guy's face here. I'll just add some more yellow to this happy fellow. And you know what? He's got some ketchup hat. I'm gonna color that in ketchup red, just like that arm is. Kind of looks like hair. I drew a hamburger person holding the fry guy earlier today, and I had his feet dipped in ketchup. So that was pretty nice. Well, fry guy's foot. I think I mean this part of the French fry. Draw more of that outline, I guess. Kind of disappointed I messed up this hand here. But the beat goes on. Yeah, the beat goes on. All right, guys. Now it's just time to add a whole heaping helping the eyes on these fry guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. Wait. Does teacher Dustin not know his numbers? No, I don't. I think that's true. I think I do. Now, if the fry is too narrow, draw one eye behind them. The 4 guy. That's just one eye altogether. That's pretty funny. All right. Now they all get pupils. Some of them might be looking at each other. Some of them might be looking at themselves, like that guy. This guy's looking down at the fry box. This guy's looking up. And they'll be getting more personality as we draw their mouths and teeth. This one's looking over here. This person's looking over there. I think this person will be looking every which aware. Yeah, but most of them are just looking down at the fry box, maybe in this area. Wherever you like them to look. This one will be looking over there, just kind of doing its own thing. Now it's time to add some smiles to these fries. And they all have those glorious smiles. Some of them have a tooth line, some of them don't. But I'm drawing, yay, mouths on all of them. These guys all have teeth and tongues so far. That's a fun one. Go ahead and color in that part right away. Color in. Color in, color in. And maybe just a little smile for that guy. Tongues. That's the rule I established with this French fry. So I'll make all their tongues recognizable as tongues, or maybe even interior dollops of ketchup. Ooh, that would be delicious. French fries that had ketchup built in. That reminds me of being a kid. They had these hot dogs that had chili in them already. What are they called? Like, I was talking about Mary Shelley Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein already. Those hot dogs I just mentioned, I think, were called Frankenweenies. They had cheese style and chili style. And if I recall, they were disgusting. Maybe that's why they're not around anymore. But they had really cool commercials. Oh, yes. So we're moving right along with these mouths. Smile in there. Okay. They'll look pretty happy. That makes me happy. This guy's happy too, but his mouth is kind of hectic looking. Yeah, he looks a little more distressed than not. So sometimes I add eyebrows. If eyes look too serious, I'll have to add eyebrows, but these guys look pretty cool to me. I don't think anybody's distressed here. So I'm gonna color in the fries. Being careful of the black crayon lines like before. Don't have to teach myself that lesson again. But that's the best way to learn lessons sometimes, is to repeat them. And that's why I'm making this video. So you can repeat this lesson all you want and not have to pay with anything but your time and effort. French fry, right on the ground. Picked up a French fry and see what I found. French fry, where have you been? I'm not going to eat it. It's been on the ground. Moving right along. I usually try to do like the side rubbing crayon coloring technique for everything. But since I have so much black crayon detail already, it would be a murky nightmare. It would just smear it all around. Like it's already doing a bit. But that's okay. Kind of adds a little character to it, as I see on through the video feed. So here we are. And did I mention that I teach these classes on OutSchool? I don't know if you're here because of OutSchool or if you're here first, but any which way, if you want to like come and hang out with me and other kids while we draw these things and chat, listen to me live, get cool tips and teach me some cool tips of your own, please come on over to outschool.com and look for Dustin. So I'm teaching this cool stuff all the time. Draw with Dustin. Kids call me Teacher Dustin a lot. That's fine. You can call me about anything you like. Just don't call me late for dinner. You know, one of the reasons I like teaching kids so much is they haven't heard all my jokes yet, but you will have had by the time we're done. I'm gonna add some more outline where it's kind of faded or it's got some overlap just to help define what we're going for here. Not a whole lot, but just enough. Some left hand drawing for you. Ambidextrous, you could say. A lot of spare time. Another thing you could say. All right. So this is Fry Guys and Pizza Pam. But did I leave much room for old Pizza Pam? No. And you know what? I looked up and I saw that I broke my rule here. It's dark red for the arm, so it's got to be dark red for the legs as well. See how it looks much more gooder. I don't mean to act like a super scientist using complicated terms like more gooder. But you know, I don't try to shy away from being educated sounding. I shouldn't be embarrassificated about how smartiful I am. All right, here we go. Dark red legs, dark red arms. Here's the other arm. It's probably a little too long. That's okay, it's a cartoon. Boxes of French fries don't have arms and legs. So if I can make you look at this and say, hey, that's a French fry with arms and legs, French fry box with arms and legs, full of living French fries, I think that if the arm's a little long, it's still successful. I looked over there and I saw that I had forgotten to continue these details. That might have been why I was thinking that it needed some outline help. All right. Groovy. I might even, what does that look like if I do that? I'm not pressing super hard, but it seemed like it needed something, didn't it? Very impressionistic pack of French fry guys. And every time I add a layer onto this outline, it creates a lot of character and depth to the composition, thinking it, increases the value, the gloriousness of it. Don't tell anybody that I headbutted the camera. Unless you think they want to see that, which is cool. I mean, whatever reason you're watching this, it's legitimate. I'm not going to be mad. I'm here to be watched, imitated. Dustin see, Dustin do, Dustin recorded for you. Drawing, drawing, drawing. Hooray, hooray. Beautiful. All right, so let's get back to it. Look, what I was trying to avoid was, what am I going to do with this hand? What's it doing? Is it just like hanging there, like dragging on the ground, like a giant ape knuckles? Can I draw that successfully? We'll give it a shot. I'm going to start with the back of the hand. It'll be an oval, about the size of that one, kind of squashed, like it's resting. And so I know it's like that on that side of the fry box bloke. So I'm gonna put a thumb like there, and then just kind of draw there's a pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, and then there's the index finger, right? So maybe it's kind of like in motion. I don't know. It looks pretty cool though. I'm not angry about it. I've drawn far worse hands. So how did that even work? Okay, here's the back of the hand. Pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, pointer sisters are cool. That's beside the point. That was a pointer finger. And there's like the cuff of the glove. It's weird, but like, I don't know. I got a hand tattooed on me like it's olive oil from Popeye's hand, and it's hideous. This is a way better hand. I'm not happy with this hand. But as I said earlier, I'm not making a hand. It doesn't need to be able to open a can of soda. It's not a functioning hand. We're drawing clues and hints. So like, here's the clues and the hints. Like, okay, arm. That's a great hand. Best hand I've ever drawn, maybe. So like we know, we can follow the pattern. Any viewer will follow that pattern, but I kind of messed up the feet. I didn't make them big white feet. So I'm gonna use a black crayon and just pretend like, you know how sometimes you got the ballet slippers, like flats? You can see the top of the wearer's foot kind of go in. That's what this is. Kind of see the top of the foot going into the shoe. And it's a big, long white shoe. It's a strap over it. Great. Ridiculous. But what about a giant anthropomorphized fry box full of giant anthropomorphized yowling with joy French fries? Like it's 100% ridiculous all around, from the shape, concept, from like the pleasure, like the joy it ignites in my spirit. It's all ridiculous, and therefore beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna draw the piece of pizza anyways. It'll be mostly behind this box of fries and this crazy guy. So it's kind of easier. So why wouldn't I? So I'm gonna draw an oval here. And that's it. You'll see. Now I'll draw this kind of a rectangle off the edge with a goes behind. It's a rounded edge to match that. And so this is going to be like a parallel line. This is the round part of the crust that they put the cheese in at participating Pizza Huts. So I'm going to make this darker because this is the outside of the crust. So it gets a toastier finish than the side edge, which is the inside, the cut edge. I'm just going to just tan it up a little bit. I'm going to try to make the edge of this crust dark to give it the illusion of a cylinder. I'm going to do that by rubbing the crayon hard on one edge and not on the other. It's flat, but I'm only pressing on one end. So it creates that awesome effect. It works really cool for blue jeans, like anything, mountains. You should see what I draw with the crayon, and I invite you to do so. This is the first video, but I'm going to go ahead and say, watch my other videos to check out more crayon techniques. That's another great reason to come to the OutSchool class as well. All right, we got the pizza crust. Here's the triangular line scooting off down this way before it heads back up that way to up here. There's the point. You get my point? All right, now here, I'm gonna draw like a parallel line to that first line right on the edge to be like the bottom of the pizza crust. The first line was like the edge of the cut pizza cheese, right? Now this is the pizza crust edge. And so in that, there's like, you got cheese, ingredients, cheese, sauce, dough, crust. So I'm gonna put a sauce line right in there, just a red edge running down there for realistic sake. Realisticalisms, another fancy word that I imagined. I'm gonna color that in light brown. Color all that kind of also. I don't worry about staying inside of lines. There's no lines. If you walk outside in the street, the sun's shining in your eyes, everything's got a blurry edge. So everything is kind of an impressionistic masterpiece, our reality. When we draw with crayons or pencils, that's the effect I'm going for the impression of our glorious lives. And now Pizza Pam, standing here, he's got a leg coming off the side of the body. and a foot. We can color that in. That's a gray leg. It kind of messes with Frybox's hand. But that's okay. Because like I say, people just need to say, oh, that's a leg, right? There's the other leg, because I would come over to here. And we'll color that in too. I'm saving a lot of effort by drawing the pizza slice behind this box of fries. I'll show you my other example when I'm through here. And so here is I like to draw this hand, arm bent like this. And then check out this cool hand that I've invented. And there's the thumb, goes like that. Then the arm goes back out and to the edge again. Then we'll color it in before I let, there you go. Let's color it in. If I don't color it in too much, I can still see these cool swirls. They look like, you know, where the thumb and the fingers are kind of curled up onto each other. I guess I might be able to add a couple lines like that to look like a finger separation. That looks pretty good to me. So it's like this, it's just kind of standing there. Maybe have a smile. We won't see the smile, I think, because it's completely covered. I could draw it to the side. Here's one eye. The other eye is back here, right? I guess. Fantastic. I don't get to draw a lot of toppings, but I'm going to draw my purple onion eyebrow rectangle like this. A nice tall arching eyebrow always gives a face the expression of, you know, a light bemused expression of well-intended interest. That was a bunch of words. All right, should I try to draw a smile? Yep, here it goes, like that. There's his teeth, like that. Can you see that that's a smile behind there? Kinda. Why not? I'm gonna use red and draw, no, there's not a lot of room, so I'd put like a pepperoni here, pepperoni there, half a pepperoni there. How about it? Okay. So I want to try to leave space for a mushroom slice. Because pepperoni, mushroom, and onion is my favorite pizza. I don't get to do that much because I like wearing belts. Put your favorite toppings on your pizza, of course. All my classes are just suggestions. Like, hey, check out these cool tricks I learned about drawing stuff I like. Add them to your tricks that you already know. And then you're going to come up with something amazing. Here's a mushroom. It's just kind of brownish. Okay. Pizza cheese is yellowish. Do a side rub like that a little bit. It's kind of muddy looking, so I'm going to color legitimately. But not as dense, not as thick as the fries yellow. See how it's yellow, but it's a lighter yellow? Oh, you barely see that. In real life, if you're using a crayon in this technique, you will see a definite hue on the paper. There is blob off for curing. Blob off, you say? Yes. Did you know that the amount of color and wax goes down on the paper when you press it? Like the ratio of like amount that's on the crayon to the amount that goes onto the paper, like the reduction is called the blob off. That's official. I learned that from Crayola's official YouTube video. I guess I can mention YouTube since you're watching this on YouTube. And you're about to stop watching this because I don't really have anything else to do. I'll put a background on, fill out the page a bit. Yeah, blue. Here's my crayon technique again. I just press hard on the top edge. Give it a horizon feel. Horizon. Can you hear me now? I'm Coloring in all around the spaces, real rough. Rough and beautiful. Here we go. Right to the other edge. Glorious. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope I've inspired some of you to experiment with crayons. Some of you are already using crayons. I hope I've shown you a different way to use crayons. Somebody showed me this, Mr. Mahuda, who also has stuff on YouTube, but his stuff was recorded for PBS in the 70s. That was my art teacher in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. It was a rolling video cart and old VHS tapes. And that's where I learned to draw with crayons. Cool. Oh, I haven't used green yet, so I can use green for the background. Maybe these guys are out ice skating. They're not wearing ice skates though, so maybe they're just on their world. The ground is blue and the sky is green. Ooh, I like that. You might find this guys in my UFO club, which is a class I offer on Out School. There'll be a link to Out School, preferably, specifically my teacher profile on Out School, which is really awesome. It's got a video of me and my son pretending to play the ukulele. Well, it's really being played, but it's presented as if we're skilled musicians and it's a music video, but it's just a load of nonsensical joy. I like drawing with crayons. I like drawing French fries with laughing mouths. Beautiful. I'm super happy with this. And I know that if you took the time and followed these steps and used your favorite colors and pizza toppings and French fry dip, that yours is beautiful too. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell so you'll be notified for the next how to draw whatever you like in the whole world. You'll draw with Dustin. And if you have suggestions, let me know on Facebook on my Draw with Dustin page. Cut? Sure. Is that good enough? Yeah. Oh, some notes. Okay, great. We want to reshoot some stuff. Okay. Yeah. Did it seem like there were other people working here when I was doing that? It's just me. I can't stop joking. I'm not even making a show now. It's all over. Let's go home. I should need to go home. I have to go home. Well, I'm home. Should I mess around and let this video play out some more? Are people interested in this? Yeah, I'm sure you are. Knock, knock. I'll presume you said, who's there? And then I say, interrupting cow. And then you say, interrupting cow. And then I go, moo, before you've had a chance to finish. And that's one of my favorite knock, knock jokes. Thanks for joining me. You all are great. Well, goodbye.